Hello, and welcome back to Health Voices, your trusted source for living a stronger, more vibrant life after 40. I want to start today with a statistic that might sound alarming, but I promise you, sticking with us will transform that alarm into empowerment. Did you know that according to the American Heart Association, your risk of having a heart attack effectively doubles once you pass the age of 65? It's a sobering thought. But here's the crucial truth that so often gets lost in the headlines. It's not simply the number of candles on your birthday cake that dictates your destiny. It's what you do or don't do in the years leading up to and after that milestone that truly makes the difference. Most seniors don't realize how simple, everyday habits can silently, day by day, affect their heart. The good news? You have the power to take charge, and that power starts today. And that's exactly why I am so honored to have our distinguished guest here with us to guide the conversation. Joining us today is renowned cardiologist, Dr. David Miller. Welcome to Health Voices.
It's a pleasure to be here, Sarah. This is a topic I'm incredibly passionate about because so much of heart disease is preventable.
Today, Dr. David Miller is going to walk us through 10 powerful habits that could not only protect your heart, but may even add years to your life. These aren't complicated or expensive routines. In fact, most are simple things you can start doing right at home. And I'm told that number 1 on our countdown is by far the most overlooked, and it can literally save your life. So if you're over 60, or you care for a parent, a partner, or a friend in that age group, this might be the most important conversation you'll watch all year. Before we dive in, please take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to Health Voices. We release vital, life-saving tips every single week, and we wouldn't want you to miss out. All right, Dr. David Miller, the stage is yours. Let's begin the countdown to a stronger, safer heart for everyone watching. Where do we start with habit number 10?
Thank you, Sarah. Let's start with something so fundamental that it's often forgotten. Habit number 10 is simply drinking enough water every day.
Water. That's surprising. I think most people associate dehydration with things like headaches or fatigue, not necessarily a heart attack. How strong is that connection?
It's a critical connection. Many people don't realize this, but major cardiology journals have published research showing that when you're dehydrated, your blood volume decreases, which causes the blood itself to thicken. Imagine trying to pump maple syrup through a thin straw versus pumping water. Your heart has to work significantly harder to pump that thicker blood through your vessels. This extra strain increases your blood pressure. And worse, thicker, stickier blood is more prone to forming clots, a primary cause of heart attacks and strokes. I often see older patients who come in feeling dizzy or fatigued, and one of the first things we assess is their hydration status. It's astonishing how often chronic low-grade dehydration is a major contributing factor. As we age, our sense of thirst diminishes, so we can't wait until we feel thirsty.
So it's about being proactive. What's a good target for most people over 60?
The general recommendation is 6 to 8 8-ounce glasses a day. If you live in a hot climate or you're active, you'll need more. A great tip is to start your day with a full glass of water, even before your coffee, and keep a water bottle with you to sip throughout the day. If plain water feels boring, herbal teas or water infused with a slice of lemon or cucumber are excellent alternatives. A simple way to check, if your urine is dark yellow, it's a clear sign you need to drink up.
That's a fantastic, simple tip. Such a small habit for such a huge benefit. Okay, what's next on our list? What is habit number 9?
Number 9 is one people have heard before, but its importance cannot be overstated, especially for seniors. Avoid smoking and all secondhand smoke. Smoking is a direct assault on your cardiovascular system. It damages and stiffens the inner lining of your arteries, accelerates plaque buildup, and raises blood pressure. By the time you reach your 60s or 70s, your blood vessels are naturally a bit more fragile. Adding tobacco smoke to that equation is like throwing gasoline on a fire. And this includes secondhand smoke, which countless reports from the CDC have proven carries nearly all the same risks for non-smokers.
What about those who quit, say, 20 or 30 years ago? Are they in the clear?
That's an excellent question. While quitting is the single best thing you can do for your health, some residual damage can linger. However, the body's capacity for healing is remarkable. The science is very clear on this. The moment you quit, your body starts to recover. Within weeks, your circulation and blood pressure can improve. Over time, your risk of heart disease drops dramatically. It is never, ever too late to quit. Make your home and car smoke-free zones. It's a non-negotiable for heart health.
That's incredibly hopeful news. It's never too late to make a change. So, from protecting our bodies from the outside in, let's move to habit number 8.
Habit number 8 is to get at least 30 minutes of movement daily. Your heart is a muscle. Like any other muscle in your body, it gets weaker with disuse and stronger with use. Physical activity is one of the most potent, scientifically backed defenses against heart disease.
When people hear exercise, they often picture intense workouts at a gym, which can be intimidating. What kind of movement are we talking about here?
We're talking about consistency, not necessarily intensity. A simple, brisk 30-minute walk each day is phenomenal. A landmark study published in the British Medical Journal showed that consistent, moderate activity like walking can significantly help lower blood pressure, manage cholesterol, and improve overall cardiovascular health. Other wonderful options include swimming, tai chi, or even dancing. The key is to find something you enjoy and to avoid sitting for long, uninterrupted stretches. Get up every hour, stretch, walk around your home. I had a patient, a gentleman in his late 70s, who was convinced his active days were overdue to knee pain. He started with just 10 minutes of seated exercises and walking in his hallway. 6 months later at his checkup, his blood pressure numbers had improved so much he was able to discuss reducing one of his medications with his primary doctor. It all started with that first small step.
That's a powerful story. It really shows that every little bit counts. It's not all or nothing. Now, what about what we put into our bodies? What is habit number 7?
Habit number 7 is to limit salt in processed foods. Sodium is a silent driver of heart disease, especially in seniors. As we age, our kidneys become less efficient at filtering out excess sodium. When you consume too much salt, your body retains water to dilute it. This extra fluid increases your total blood volume, forcing your heart to pump against greater pressure inside your arteries. This is the very definition of high blood pressure.
And salt is hidden in so many foods we wouldn't expect, right? Not just the salt shaker on the table.
Exactly. It's rampant in canned soups, frozen dinners, and even bread. My advice is to aim for under 1,500 milligrams of sodium a day, which is the official recommendation from the American Heart Association for many adults, especially those with hypertension. The most effective way to do this is to read food labels diligently and to cook more meals at home where you control the ingredients. Replace salt with flavorful herbs like garlic, basil, oregano, or turmeric. Your taste buds will adapt within a few weeks, but the benefits for your heart last a lifetime.
It's about taking back control of our plates. That makes sense. So we've covered hydration, smoking, movement, and salt. What's habit number 6?
Number 6 is something that requires a partnership with your healthcare provider. Get regular heart screenings. One of the most dangerous phrases I hear is, "But I feel fine." High blood pressure, high cholesterol, even early-stage heart disease often have no symptoms. That's why clinical guidelines from the American College of Cardiology strongly emphasize preventative screenings.
So this is about looking under the hood before the engine starts smoking. What should people be asking their doctor for?
Absolutely. At a minimum, get your blood pressure checked every year. Ask for an annual blood test to monitor your cholesterol, specifically LDL and HDL, as well as your triglycerides and blood sugar. If you have other risk factors, your doctor might suggest an ECG to check your heart's electrical rhythm or a stress test. Prevention is always easier, cheaper, and less painful than treatment. Sarah,
That's a crucial reminder. Being proactive is key. Now, what about the invisible factors? What's habit number 5?
Dr. David Miller. Habit number 5 is to lower your stress levels. Stress isn't just a feeling, it's a physiological event. A growing body of research in the field of psychoneuroimmunology has demonstrated that when you are chronically stressed, your body is flooded with hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones raise blood pressure, constrict arteries, and can even trigger inflammation.
And seniors often face unique stressors. What are some simple, practical ways to manage that?
It starts with building small, calming rituals into your day. It could be 10 minutes of deep breathing, a quiet walk in nature, or listening to soothing music. Journaling your thoughts, even a simple phone call with a friend. The connection between the mind and heart is incredibly powerful. When you actively calm your nervous system, you are actively protecting your heart.
It sounds like our emotional health and heart health are one and the same. Okay, we are moving down the list. What is habit number 4?
Number 4 is to control your blood sugar. And Sarah, this is critically important even if you haven't been diagnosed with diabetes. Studies published in journals like Diabetes Care have shown that elevated blood sugar over time is like sandpaper to the delicate lining of your blood vessels. It creates tiny areas of damage, making it much easier for cholesterol and plaque to stick and build up.
So this isn't just a concern for diabetics.
Not at all. Anyone with prediabetes or insulin resistance is at high risk. The key is to avoid sharp spikes in your blood sugar. You can do this by swapping sugary drinks and refined carbs for whole grains and fiber-rich fruits. And here's a powerful tip, which has been proven in multiple clinical trials. A simple 10 to 15-minute walk after your main meals can significantly lower the glucose spike from that meal.
That's another easy, actionable tip. A post-meal walk. I love it. Okay, on to number 3. This sounds like it's getting very serious.
Number 3 is a close cousin to blood sugar. Keep your cholesterol in check. As I mentioned, high cholesterol is a primary building block of the plaque that clogs arteries. The problem is, it's completely silent. That's why the National Institutes of Health, NIH, considers it a major public health issue.
Can you give us a quick, simple breakdown of the good and bad cholesterol?
Think of it this way. LDL, the bad cholesterol, is like a careless delivery truck that drops its cargo, plaque, all over the highway, your arteries, causing traffic jams. HDL, the good cholesterol, is like the cleanup crew that picks up the excess cholesterol and removes it. We want fewer delivery trucks and more cleanup crews. You can achieve this by avoiding fried foods and embracing healthy fats from sources like olive oil, avocados, and fatty fish like salmon. Oats and beans are also fantastic for lowering LDL.
Fewer delivery trucks, more cleanup crews. That's a perfect analogy. Okay, we're down to the top 2. What is habit number 2?
Habit number 2 is to monitor your blood pressure closely. Hypertension is called the silent killer for a reason, and the data is sobering. It's a leading cause of death and disability in the United States. A healthy reading, according to current medical guidelines, is below 120/80. Consistent readings above 130/80 significantly increase your risk. My strongest recommendation here is to invest in a reliable home blood pressure monitor.
So you're advocating for people to take this into their own hands, not just wait for a doctor's visit?
Absolutely. Knowledge is power. Checking your blood pressure at home gives you and your doctor a much more accurate picture than a single reading at a clinic. It allows you to see how your diet, exercise, or stress levels are affecting your numbers in real time. It's one of the most empowering things you can do.
I couldn't agree more. Okay, Dr. David Miller, this is the moment. What is the single most important, most overlooked habit that can protect our hearts after 65?
The most important habit, the one that ties all the others together, is number one. Take daily, consistent action.
Consistency.
Consistency. Sarah, taking care of your heart is not about a New Year's resolution or an occasional healthy week. It's about the small, seemingly insignificant choices you make every single day. A heart attack doesn't happen on a Tuesday afternoon out of the blue. It is the culmination of thousands of small, harmful choices made over years. But the beautiful, hopeful truth is that healing works the exact same way. You can reverse the damage and build a stronger heart through thousands of small, positive choices. Every time you choose water over soda, every time you take a walk instead of staying on the couch, every time you read a label and put the high-sodium soup back on the shelf, you are casting a vote for a longer, healthier life. No doctor, no supplement, no magic pill can help you if you don't make that commitment to yourself. The number one way to protect your heart isn't a secret. It's your everyday discipline.
Wow, that is such a powerful and empowering message. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. Dr. David Miller, this has been an incredibly insightful conversation. Thank you so much for breaking it down for us.
The pleasure was all mine, Sarah. Remember, it is never too late to start. Your best years can absolutely still be ahead of you.
And there you have it. 10 powerful habits to protect your heart. It all comes down to those small, consistent acts of self-care. If you found this conversation helpful, please give this video a like and be sure to subscribe to Health Voices and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Most importantly, share this video with a parent, a spouse, or a friend. Anyone you care about. It could be the conversation that changes their life. And we'd love to hear from you. What is one small habit you're going to start or continue after watching this? Let's support each other. Leave a comment below. Thank you for joining us on Health Voices. Stay strong, stay informed, and take care of your heart. We'll see you next time.